talk to you for 5 minutes about Alexander. Many people have said, what was Alexander like? And I think this story will tell you what Alexander was like. When I came out of the Sea Organization in 1990, Alexander was 6 years old, and we were watching a CNN show where these Mexican orphans were in a landfill looking for rubbish to sell for 2 cents to eat. And Alexander was horrified. He was only 6 years old, but he forced me to drive him to Tijuana, south of San Diego, 2.5 hours there and back, to give the Mexican children his old toys and money and clothes. And we had a glorious day. We went to 2 Tijuana orphanages, and we gave from our hearts money and toys. And Alexander hugged these orphans. And I thought to myself, he's only 6 years old, and he cares for third world country orphans. And I realized Alexander had a big heart.
We had a horse in the Sea Org, and his name was Dasher, and he came from LRH's ranch. He was a beautiful horse. He was just incredible, one of those loving, young, spiritual type animals. And Alexander was just a little baby. He was actually a little boy, probably about 4 years old. And he wanted to have a ride on the horse. And he had his little cowboy boots on, and he was ready to go. And he was such a bubbly personality, and he was very loving and outgoing. So we put him up on the horse, and he just loved it. And we're walking him around, and he started really getting into it. And it was his first ride ever on a horse. And he'd say, "Faster, faster." So we'd walk a little faster, and he'd say, "Faster, faster." So we'd walk as fast as we could, and we didn't want to gallop him. He's just a little boy, and he'd say, "Faster, faster." So I started running, and I'm getting tired now, running around with this. And then all of a sudden, his little cowboy boots just went plop and fell off right onto the ground. And he looks down, and he's got little socks showing in his bare feet, and his boots were just a little bit too big, and they didn't quite make it with all the jigging and jogging of the horse. And he looked down and he said, "Oh, my boots, but can we still go faster?" And that was Alexander. He was just a character. And I want to read what I wrote to Karen from our family. "Our thoughts and love are with you and Alexander. We will miss him greatly. What a very special being. And this was obvious from a young age as a little boy, always touching everyone's heart and soul with his softness, love, and dignity. What a kind soul. We love Alexander. With love always, Terry and Fernando, Janice and Paul, and the entire family. We will always be here for you." Alexander was very, very special. We didn't get to see him much in his later years, but we knew him very well as a youngster. And every time I look at a photo of Alexander, it just reminds me of what a very soft, loving, touching soul he was. So it was incredible to be part of his life.
Why, this is no sad and bleakish look, no sorrowed thing, this life. This is an adventure, pure, where without knife or provender we leap aloft into eternity and span forever in a breath. This is adventure, where we step from tie to body tie and go our way. Our suffering is self-centered here, for we have lost in truth the smile, the touch, the skill and happiness we gained from Alexander, who gave to us from his past an ability to live and fare against the tides and storms of fate. It's true we've lost his shoulder up against the wheel, and lost as well his counsel and his strength, but lost them only for a while. He goes not with the dismal roll drum, but with a whisper like a fairy's sigh, to smooth the way for when we come. He'll be in some good future time and future place, his smile, his touch, his skill, invested there to make a way of life. True, we may not know him or her then, and only know his work, but still, if we send not ahead our vedettes into time, we would not have a race. And so, branched off from this genetic line into some new corner of New World, we've sent you, Alexander. And there'll be, we know it now, a smile, a touch, a happiness for us, and you could not find on earth. And so it turns, the day, the year, the age, and so we go with banners furled and quietly upon our way. But now we know, and now we'll find a way. Into the dark has come the light, into tomorrow enters night. Into heaven, go no more. Into life our spirits soar, conquering ever wisdom's store. We do not tremble faced with death. We know that living is not breath. Prevail. Go, Alexander, and take the life that offers now, and live in good expectancy that we will do our part. Go, Alexander. You can control that which you must. Our loss is gain in wisdom and in skill to future dates and other smiles. And so we send into the chain of all enduring time our heritage, our hope, our friend. Goodbye, Alexander. Your people thank you for having lived. Earth is better for your having lived. Men, women, and children are alive today because you lived. We thank you for coming to us. We do not contest your right to go away. Your debts are paid. This chapter of thy life is shut. Go now, dear Alexander, and live once more in happier times and places. Thank you, Alexander. And now, here lift up your eyes and say to him, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, our dear, dear friend Alexander. We'll miss you, you know. Let the body now draw away to be consumed to ashes and to dust, in earthly and in clean fire, to be no more, no more. And that is done. Come, friends. He is all right, and he is gone. We have our work, and he has his. He will be welcome here to man.
We're about to drink a toast to Alexander, but before we do that, Karen wanted me to tell you that she has been deluged with presents from around the world. And this is just one example. It reads, Karen, in England, during times of tragedy, we drink tea. Our deepest sorrow for your loss, lots of love, and this is a basket of tea. And she also tells me that Winston Churchill said that during the time of the Blitz. So we're not going to drink tea, we're going to drink champagne. So I raise your glasses up high to Alexander.
Alexander.
And to his courageous mom.
Thank you.
Over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby.
I don't have the ashes. I don't have anything. Normally people would scatter ashes, but we'll do it with roses.
Over the rainbow.
All around the world, I had over 100 email of people who don't live by an ocean, but they're going to a lake, and they're doing the same thing there. It really touches my heart. Karen, I'm in Ireland, but I will go to a great lake here, and rose petals will grace a rocky tidal inlet called Gillian on the south coast of Ireland. So while you are scattering rose petals, please know that from South Africa to Australia to Vero Beach to West Palm Beach, people are doing the same thing. What a great thing to do. For someone you never met.
Birds fly